The Awakening by Kate Chopin. Presentation by Karina Pena. The main characters in the story is Edna Pointeller, Leonce Pointeller, Edna's husband, Madame Lebrun, the resort proprietor in Grand Island, Robert Lebrun, son of Madame Lebrun and Edna's companion and eventual love interest, Mademoiselle Reese, Edna's confidant, Adele Ratinol, Edna's friend, Elsie Arobon, Edna's lover. The Awakening by Kate Chopin is about a woman named Edna. The book takes place in the 1890s. Edna is married to Leonce Pointeller, a businessman in his 40s who is much older than Edna. They have 2 sons and are well off financially. They are part of an elite society in Louisiana. In the beginning of the book, the Pointeller family is summer vacationing in Grand Isle, a place off the coast of New Orleans. The couple and their children are staying in a pension managed by Madame Lebrun, the proprietor. Robert Lebrun is the son of Madame Lebrun. He is Edna's companion during her stay in Grand Isle. Edna and Robert develop feelings for each other. Shortly after, Robert uses the excuse of leaving to Mexico to find riches and leaves. Leaving for Mexico was only an excuse. Robert's real reason to leave was to forget about Edna, a married woman that could never be his. Mademoiselle Reese is a pianist who becomes Edna's confidant. Robert writes to Mademoiselle while in Mexico and allows Edna to read the letters. Mademoiselle is the only person who knows about Edna and Robert's feelings for one another. The elite Louisiana society has little regard for Mademoiselle Reese. She is thought of as being partially demented. Edna, however, likes her and enjoys her company and takes into consideration her wisdom. Adele Ratinol is part of the same elite social society as Edna. Adele is a devoted wife and mother who is also vacationing in the same resort as the Pointellers. The summer prior, Robert was her companion, and because of her experience with Robert's friendly ways towards married women, she asked Robert to leave Edna alone. "Do me a favor," she says to Robert. "Let Mrs. Pointeller alone. She is not one of us. She is not like us. She might make the unfortunate blunder of taking you seriously." Adele also discourages Edna from thinking of Robert and encourages her to think of her husband and family instead, particularly her sons. Elsie Arobon is a known womanizer who admired Edna and aggressively sought for her attention. He and Edna began to spend a lot of time together while Edna was in Louisiana by herself. Eventually, they have a physical relationship. Edna becomes guilty of her infidelity, but not because she is cheating on her husband, but because she is concerned of what Robert would think. Robert eventually returns to Louisiana. Edna accidentally runs into him and discovers he has come to town 2 days prior. She is hurt because he does not look for her upon his arrival. It is then that she begins to realize that Robert may not love her how she loves him. Upon another run-in with Robert, Edna insists Robert tell her why he ignores her. Edna kisses him that day, and Robert confesses that he left to Mexico to forget her, and that he stays away because he could never have her. Edna confesses that she loves him as well. Edna is then forced to leave Robert so that she attend the childbirth of her friend Adele. While in labor, Adele reminds Edna to think of her children. Edna then realizes she was selfish to only think of herself when considering leaving her husband. She had not thought of the effect it would have on her children. Edna then returns to her house, expecting that Robert be there. Instead, she finds a note from Robert that says, "I love you. Goodbye, because I love you." Edna then returns to Grand Isle, distraught that Robert could not be hers, and ashamed that her children could be embarrassed of her actions. Edna drowns herself in the ocean. The Awakening has many references to female liberation and freedom. Edna, for example, suppresses her wants and desires so that she can fit the accepted role of wife, mother, and her place as a proper woman in the elite society. Eventually, Edna realizes her elite life with her husband did not make her happy, and she no longer wished to live in a mansion in a prestigious location in Louisiana. She no longer desired to hold reception days every Tuesday and was becoming more aware of what she really wanted. She stopped caring about what others thought of her, including her husband. The book relates to the class theme in the form of female liberalism. The majority of the materials we have had to read or watch will remain constant with female oppression, discrimination towards women, and women having to fight in one form or another.